We got these palmettos. That's the closest thing to a palm tree here. You got this guy's ranch right here, and right over there you got goats. I've been seeing a lot of cows as well. So this Central Florida location is pretty pleasant, I gotta say. I wouldn't mind maybe having some kind of a spread out here at some point. It's pretty rural. I keep hearing about, you know, overpopulation, all that going on. Well, I've been seeing just wide open land from Lakeland all the way down here. You've definitely got some stark contrasts in the state. I mean, out on the coasts, you got a lot of retirees. In other words, old people. And then you've got beaches and palm trees for the ecosystem. But here in the middle, this isn't really look anything like that. This is still pretty rustic and rural. Been going through a lot of orange groves, citrus groves. There's really not any palm trees anymore out here. You can't really tell that you're at a very far south latitude. It doesn't look a lot different than Georgia or Alabama. That's a serious looking hawk flapping around up here. You can hear an interstate nearby, which is lame, but at least, you know, the population of the state is 19 million people. I'm glad to know that that doesn't mean the whole thing has been paved over already. Gorgeous blue sky day here with puffy clouds. The rain from yesterday is gone. Well, in typical fashion, the train is now tied down here. I can tell because the train came from the back and I saw a crew van up ahead. Train is tied down here on the siding. I'm gonna hitchhike. I don't know how long this stop is gonna be, and I don't want to spend the night here. I got no food. According to my map, I'm pretty close to West Palm Beach. It's like 16 miles, so probably pretty fast. I can just stand by the train. If the crew van shows up, I can get back on. Finally got picked up heading into West Palm Beach. Maybe I'll be able to see Trump's place. So this is West Palm Beach, about 8 p.m. I'm glad that the things turned out the way they did, because among other things, now I figured out Donald Trump, or President Trump, his winter White House is, I just looked on my cell phone, it's 2 miles from here. I'm gonna check that out tomorrow. You got the Florida East Coast Railway comes through here, which I anticipate riding home from Miami on. This track right here. Here we go. Very interesting consist on that train. You had basically a full rock train, and then you had intermodal behind it, which is something you don't usually see on any other railroad. This is supposed to be like a major hedge fund, you know, high wealth kind of area. Which means I don't know what the deal will be with finding a place to just crash. I'm trying to find the beach. Just sleep on the beach. I don't really see the point in spending any money. It's already 9 p.m. It's all fenced off. I don't know what the deal is with that. I've heard that because Trumpelstiltskin is now the president, things have gotten way more, you know, uptight in certain parts of the city here, especially across the water over at his Mar-a-Lago estate. So I'm just taking the commuter rail down there. It's $6. Basically, I would think it's pretty difficult for any freight to make it up and down this corridor in the daytime. Going on, just got off the train here. And, well, I think I'm a little ways out of Miami proper here. You can see the skyline through there. Essentially, if you want to ride the train every mile of the trip, you're going to be waiting a really long time. So modern hobos now, you got to have money on hand. You get a bus ticket or a train ticket if the need comes up. Thinking for tonight, I'm just going to go to the Florida East Coast Railway train yard, camp out, and then start checking out the area tomorrow. I'm pretty tired. I didn't get a good night's sleep last night. Alright, what's going on here? I'm at the yard throat north here of the Florida East Coast Railway yard. And I'm gonna basically sleep. You got this wall. I'm gonna sleep behind that. This wall goes around the yard. And on the other side, there's a moat over there. And obviously in Florida, any kind of moat, you got alligators, mega-sized snapping turtles, all kinds of stuff. You don't want to get in there. So the train has to be going slow enough coming around at this point. Now there's cover behind this wall, which is convenient because besides there's no other way to get in this thing. Look at this. There's no way you're getting in because it's got this wall. Forget it. Hoping to God the mosquitoes aren't that bad. You got a moat on this side and this side, which spells for disastrous mosquitoes possibly. And I don't have any spray because I'm an idiot and I didn't think about it. Now I'm drinking this 12% for Loco. This should help me get to sleep. Hopefully I can watch a train leave at night and get an idea how fast they're going. Looking at this situation here, these are kind of yard looking tracks. I think the train will be going slow at this point, at least the front of it. I sure hope so, because if it's not, I mean, obviously it just got here, so I'm not leaving today, but I may have to figure out another option if it's not going slow here. And I don't want to have to do that, so I'm gonna hit the hay. March 15th, going to sleep in Miami, out. Coming into town here, it really looks like everything's super new. Which I'm not really into brand new anything. It's reminded me of Dubai when I was there. So riding around on the metro rail, just kind of looking around. I gotta be honest, I'm not really into this place so far. Obviously I haven't seen the entire city. I'm just saying I haven't seen one beer store, cool looking restaurant, anything from this train. I've been on it for about 10 miles. And that's, you know, that's a long enough distance to be able to determine this stuff. It appears to me that outside the beach area and the little Havana, Cuba area, I just don't think there's anything else going on out there worth seeing. This is the Coconut Grove Marina. It's actually called the Dinner Key Marina, whatever, maybe that's Dinner Key over there. That's Coconut Grove. This is a little south of the downtown area. The only thing I'm into here at all, and really in Florida, is the water. I mean, this is cool. You got sailboats going on. You know, I'd love to have a sailboat. Other than that, though, really not into once you get off the water into there. It's just flat. It's boring. There's not really anything interesting going on. It's a really new city here. I don't think this city even existed 120 years ago. I think it was 1895 it basically started. You got this ugly ass looking goose here, but you don't see those north of here. Look at how ugly that ugly ass grandma's waddle the thing has all over its face. Nasty. Oh, he's got a little dish to eat out of. I see. That's why he's here. To point out that Trader Joe's, I don't know why there's any reason to go to any other grocery store. This is a 6-pack of this beer for $4. And it's pretty decent beer. I got a lot of beer because where I'm camped out at, it's ridiculous. It's right on it's the complete opposite end of the green line. There's no place to buy beer. There's no place to buy food, and except for a gas station, and it's more expensive at that gas station there in the freaking slummy area than it is at the Trader Joe's. It's ridiculous. This is the situation out here on Miami Beach. Take a dip. It's not terribly warm yet. It's still March, but a lot of people are in, so. It's nice. It is very nice. So here you have the Atlantic side beach. It's definitely rougher here and north in Palm Beach. Compared to the Gulf side, I'd say the swimmable nature isn't quite there with this. I don't know if it's like this all the time, but right now it's kind of tough to get out in there. Just as a little hobo tip here, you got this shower at the beach. A lot of beaches have showers. If you had some soap, you could get your clothes clean as well and probably hang them up on those ropes. If you got here early in the day, it'd be your laundry and getting clean. You know, I'm looking at all these luxury condos here and I just can't help but think most of them are just mega rich people's extra condo. I mean, look, there ain't any lights on in any of these places. I don't know where everybody is, but I'm thinking, I mean, look at this. Where is the occupants of this place? These balconies, you don't see a single person outside enjoying the nice evening, drinking beer. This, I imagine, is where Scarface lived, somewhere around on one of these tiny little islands between Miami and Miami Beach. Mega yachts. I'm really surprised there's not a gate here that I can just get down and look at this guy's huge old yacht out of the water. Got the usual tourist beach strip scene going on down here. We got this guy playing Cuban style music, which I'm not really into. Absolute bedlam in this tourist zone right here. It seems like just a little tension or anger and this would turn into a war zone. Until then, you got that chick. There's some cool cars to look at and there's just hot chicks to look at. I gotta be honest though, this just isn't my kind of scene. It's mayhem, it's college age kids running around. There's a lot of rich, bigger kids driving around playing extremely bombastic rap music in their dad's car. One positive I will tell you, there's the beach over there. You can camp out in there, guaranteed. Midnight curfew, but I guarantee you could just go in there and do it. Nobody's checking extremely. There's bushes. There's no point to being here. If you're not dressed exactly like everybody else in the group, there's no chance anybody's going to want to hang out with you. And I don't know anybody here. Nobody wanted to come on this trip. I wasn't going to just not come because of that reason, but I may bounce ASAP. I didn't want to have to do this, but I'm gonna have to crash here on the beach because the silly bus, I misread the schedule. I'm crashing on the beach. There's a curfew at 12. It's past then. I'm hoping the cops aren't gonna show up. I'm hoping Horatio Kane and his team isn't gonna come up, if anyone understands that reference. It's good to do this once. I'm kind of just not feeling it. You look at all these condos, you know, people having a good time in there, and I'm down here basically being a bum. It wasn't terrible. It's actually a lot colder than I thought. I only had this little down blanket thing and it wasn't quite sufficient, but at least I didn't get hassled. There were guys driving around. You can see the traffic patterns here from the security patrol or whoever, but they didn't see me or hassle me in there. This trip is majorly getting long in the tooth. I think I'm gonna finish up what I can today and then I'm out of here. So there should be evening trains, and I can't imagine that I would want to stay longer than one of those things. So I hang out at the beach a little bit more. I'm gonna try to find my Cuban sandwich. There was a viewer who offered and sent me money for a Cuban sandwich on PayPal, so I'm gonna follow through with that. And here we are, Robert. We're sending some bucks on PayPal so I can get this sandwich. Specifically earmarked it for that. That is good. And you got these plantain chips as well. They said they were chips, but pretty tasty. Wrapping up here on the beach. You know, I haven't seen every aspect of the entire city. There's some more neighborhoods and stuff, but I'm content. I think this is what matters. It's got to be by the water in order to be interesting here. So later today, I'm going to return to the yard and board an evening train north, which should go to Jacksonville. I mean, really, you look at all these chicks or whatever, and you're walking around looking like a home bum. It just doesn't work. Coming around on trains. Alright, this is the time. I think this is the train. Darkest hours of the night. I just gotta wait for rideable cars. And it's not gonna happen. By the time I got up, no rides. There were a couple up front. I gotta be honest, fatigue wins here. I just didn't have it to get up and I tried, I was moving, I sandbagged. This train ain't happening. I'm so tired. It's because I haven't slept. I haven't slept at all in 4 or 5 days. For the second time, we're out of here. You got to be a pro to catch out of that yard. That is not an easy yard. Speed. Going about 15. Out of Miami. It's the darkest hours of the night. And I'm on this train. See this EMP? That's owned by Norfolk Southern / Union Pacific. This train's, at least this part of the train, guaranteed will make it the entire distance up to Jacksonville. A little disappointed the whole trip. Most of the trip's gonna be in the dark. This train is gonna rocket up there as soon as we get out of the limits here. say it's not warm. You know, people think when you come to Florida that you're going to be warm. Look at this. I got this on. I still got this stuff out. It's probably only about 50 degrees here. Last night was legitimately cold on it. I believe we're coming into the yard. Pretty impressive time. The train left about 2 a.m. It's mid-morning right now. We're arriving in Jacksonville. Well, here we are. Kind of an anticlimactic finish to this Florida trip because, you know, I was expecting, I don't know what I was expecting, but we're here. That's the whole trip. It was a fast ride up from Miami. And I'm off here in the woods in Jacksonville. Pretty impressive. Florida East Coast Railway. That's about 300 miles. I'm guessing it was one crew. We left at about 2. It's about 10:30 right now. That's pretty reasonable, you know. Nothing amazing scenery-wise. I got to point out, it seems like in comparison to other regions of the country, it seems like these towns either weren't built on the rail, or if maybe there was other rails that have been ripped out, because we didn't really go through the town. St. Augustine, Daytona Beach, I didn't even really see anything of those towns. I think it'd be more fun to go south and have kind of the goal of Miami Beach and that beautiful water. There's nothing exciting here at all. I'm basically gonna hang out a little bit. I might go into town. I'm about ready to continue north. These are the FEC proprietary domestic containers here. Now, I have not seen these up north as far as on NS or CSX, but I'm gonna start looking for them. I can't imagine that these terminate here in Jacksonville. It wouldn't really be logistically sensible to just send them that far. So I'm gonna start looking for these on the trains north of here now. Now, one of the differences between FEC and a lot of the other railroads, well, first of all, it's smaller. You've just got Jacksonville to Miami, 300 something miles. All these trains that I've been seeing, they're all running with stacks, auto racks, and general manifest all on the same train, which is pretty unique. Usually when you see on BNSF, CN, you know, UP, CSX, Norfolk Southern, you're not gonna see a consistent mix of cars. You're either gonna get intermodal or you're gonna get all GM. That's not the case here.